and I was in court, is that Miguna was arrested unlawfully. I read the application that was made by a man whose name resembles Senator here, Chief Inspector Cheruiyot, claiming that Miguna was keeping arms in his house and that they needed to access it to get those arms. What usually that means are two things. One is that when then you go, you seek to be admitted. You don't bomb your way into a house. Secondly, when you access it, then you look for those arms. And if you don't find them, then you don't arrest, because that's why you went there in the first place. There were no arms, none that we've been told about. They bombed their way into the house and then arrested Miguna. Then proceeded, instead of doing what the police normally do, you are taken to a police station, you are allowed to access your lawyers and relatives, they tell you what they're investigating. They moved him from place to place, taking him to areas which they know is hostile to a man like Miguna. But what's more fundamental is that the court ordered his release on Friday, he was not released. The court ordered his release yesterday morning, he was not released. Then we went back again at 2 p.m., he was not brought to court and not released. The explanation that Senator Cheruiyot echoes here is irrelevant. The Constitution is clear. There is nothing like holding you, now it's ATPU, now it's this. It does not matter. The maximum you can be held is 24 hours. And once the court has ordered that you be released, you must be released without further let or hindrance. What is more fundamental, it emerged in court yesterday, and we'll revisit this morning, that even the police have no regard for the Directorate of Public Prosecutions. They came to court and said they had served the court order. The person sitting in the office of the IG disregarded that court order. In fact, said they will not accept it. They did not give any information. So the DPP's office basically washed their hands off. When the DPP, who is in charge of all prosecutions, say, as they said in court, they have not preferred any charges, who are you to say you are holding Miguna for some sort of charges? Most fundamentally, we are now in a situation where we do not know whether Miguna is alive or dead. And that's the bottom line. And we do not know in what state. There's a reason why the Constitution insists that your lawyers must access you, your relative must access you, you must be allowed medical treatment, all of which were denied him. So no matter what happens today, it is our prayer that they bring Miguna in good health in court. It still remains that the IG, the AG, the DCI are in complete contempt of court, in contempt of the Constitution, and they're operating outside of the law. We are now in a state where only the police and those who control them decide what to do, not the law, not the Constitution.